My name is Elizabeth Daw, and I am 19. I'm a sophomore at ASU, and I am studying journalism right now. So this is the Greek Leadership Village. There's about 40 different girls here, and it's just a really strong community I'm a part of. My mom was in a sorority, so I wanted to kind of not take over, not follow her footsteps, but also she told me a lot about being in a sorority and how she liked it, so I wanted to try it. I think I went to college because it was the norm. My mom went to college, but my dad didn't, so he wasn't as strict on it. Friends, everyone I knew in high school was going to college, and the people who weren't going were kind of the odd man out. My parents are supposed to split it, and then I did take a student loan out too, just to help my dad, because right now he's the one paying for it. When I first moved down to ASU as a freshman, I felt like I was living in a bubble, and it was good and bad. I mean, good in a sense, I felt like I really matured last year because I had to be by myself for the first time in 18 years. I had to do my own laundry, I had to make my own food, figure out a sleep schedule, sleep pattern, it was just getting into a good routine. My school, people would be driving BMWs and Teslas to the parking garage, the parking lot.
And they had their own cars probably, right?
Everyone had their own cars that parents paid for, and that was just the norm. I feel like everyone was wearing brand clothes to school, Tory Burches every day, and of course I had to fit into that, it's kind of weird. Sophomore year, I got my own Michael Kors purse. I don't want to say it mattered, it didn't matter, but that's how most people
That's
felt
where you grew
they
up.
fit in.
Right.
Yeah. And I hate hopping on bandwagons like that. I think people who don't go to college have not a bad rep, but are almost looked down upon as if they're lazy, or they just, it can go either way. They're either lazy, or they have their life completely figured out already, and they just know what they want to do. And for me, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I feel going to college would definitely broaden my horizons and have a better understanding of work, what I'm gonna do after I graduate.
My name is Zachary Medeiros. I currently work for Prospect Airport Services at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix, Arizona, in which we handle all their wheelchair services, tagging the bags, baggage handling, and or the security searches and cleaning of their aircrafts. So I experienced a lot of my friends. They went straight into college after high school, and they went into that not knowing what they wanted to do, and they ended up dropping out because it was either too hard or it was just not for them. It was definitely a middle-class neighborhood. My mom obviously put a lot of thought into where I was going to be growing up. She didn't want me growing up in a bad area, obviously, with gunshots going off every night. But the area I grew up in was definitely the safest part of Phoenix. It was uptown Phoenix, so houses weren't nice, but they were very just standard. 3-bed, 2-bath. You can't really ask for more than that. I definitely want to get a bachelor's degree in nursing. I want to become a registered nurse just like my mom did. I want to, be the best that I can be, and I want to go as far as I can, as far as, my career and stuff. A very low grade point average in high school. I didn't take it seriously, like I said, but, becoming a supervisor, it's definitely, made me gain a lot of confidence as I was given opportunities to lead a team and to become a supervisor. Ultimately, it's definitely, broken me out of my shell, and I'm ready for college now, and that's ultimately what my goal was.
So I study at Met, and I'm originally from Northwick in Cheshire. I study English. None since starting uni, but before I started, I suppose access with me being disabled was the tricky one and a bit of a concern. In my family, I'm basically the first one to go to uni, but no, I don't really remember that having an effect. I don't think it did. No, I chose myself school were quite pushy. Like I was sixth form here, they were quite pushy, but it was my own decision. I think you have to make sure it's right for you because it's a massive lifestyle change. So, and there's a lot to do with it. You have to be passionate about what you're learning and whether you also need to. Society tells us that we need to, and for some people you just don't. There's other ways of getting to where you want to be in life. I really enjoy English as a subject, so it's partly to just to learn more about the subject and then to see where it can take me, maybe considering teaching.
Hi, my name's Zen. I'm 23 years old. I come from Australia and I'm here in Manchester for a semester abroad. Home life, I'm sort of afraid of what my parents will think when I do things, so I don't act I'm a lot more well behaved when I'm at home. Student life, don't really care what people think about me too much. That's about it. Both I'd say are equally stressful, really. That's my personal opinion. So where I study at the moment, I'm obviously staying here for a semester abroad in Manchester, but I study at Flinders University down in Adelaide in South Australia, where I'm from, but originally I am from South Africa, Johannesburg. My degree is a brand new degree. My university's only been doing it for the last 2 years now. I'm one of the first batches of students to go through. It is a Bachelor of Innovation and Enterprise. Basically, it's just for people who want to start up their own businesses, do like social justice sort of things. Well, what struggles have I faced since starting at university? Well, probably the biggest struggle is definitely the shortage of money. Coming by money is quite difficult. In Australia, in Adelaide particularly, when you try and look for a job, it's more about who you know than what you can do. And me being away for 2 years, finding a job is quite difficult. But once you do find a job, it's also really demanding because you've got to be able to juggle university and work shifts, and work wants you to work instead of going to university. So it's annoying, but yeah, money is definitely the biggest issue I face personally. I can see that other people do face, particularly foreign language students, face a lot of difficulties writing assignments, but that's not me. I chose to go to college, but it did take me more than 2 years to actually come to that decision after I finished high school. When I first finished high school, I went to a TAFE. It's like a college for tradespeople, basically. I did that for 6 months, and then took a 2-year gap year in the UK, where I then sort of working in a pub, I was like, oh, I really like hospitality industry, I want to make my own brewery, I'll go back to uni and get a degree in that. I didn't get any pressure from my parents to do anything really. They sort of just said, I do what I want as long as I enjoy it. That's all that they really care about. So I guess I'm pretty lucky there with that. My college is funded so we've got a thing in Australia called the HECS, or the OS Help Loan, which basically means the government pays off our loans or our student fees, and we don't have to pay it back until after we start earning $50,000 a year. And the only thing we have to pay on that is the yearly interest. We don't have to pay any more fees on top of that. Why am I going to college? Well, I'm going to college, one, because I want to become a brewer, sorry. I need to learn how to make beer first, and I can't be doing nothing while I learn how to make beer. And I need to learn how to run a business, and that's literally the only reason why I'm going to university. How does life compare to here back home? It's a lot busier here. In Australia, you go to university, you go back home. There's no social aspect to it at all. You can join a club, like I was part of the Flinders Business Student Association, but that's only like 1-2 hours a week. Here you can join sports teams, you can join clubs, and you're just a lot more engaged. Here, instead of going straight back home, you usually go out or you go back to uni halls with friends. You have much more social time. Whereas in Adelaide, you just go home or you go straight to work and that's your day done basically. It's definitely a lot more laid back here and more enjoyable. I would definitely prefer to come do my whole degree here. Thank you.
My name's Matt. I study at the University of Manchester as part of the School of MACE, which stands for Mechanical, Aerospace and Civil Engineering. Where are you originally from? I'm originally from a small place called Worcester, and that's just south of Birmingham. I don't expect you to know where it is. What degree do? I do aerospace engineering. What struggles did you face since starting college? That's quite an in-depth question. Uni's pretty hard. That's all I'm going to say. Did you choose to go to college, or did your parents influence you? I think it's a bit of both. My dad went to uni, my mum didn't. But I thought space rockets were pretty cool, so I thought I'd do aerospace engineering. That sounds fun. Regret it now, though. How does life compare from here to back home? It's pretty different. I used to live in the middle of nowhere.